In a few days, our school district will be visited by an external review team from AdvancED, the organization that has merged with SACS, or the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. This organization accredits our school system. These visits occur once every 5 years and are extremely important to the district for several reasons. Accreditation affirms that our school district provides a quality educational program and conforms to several standards of excellence. Without accreditation, our students' diplomas would have no value. Our students would not be eligible for the Hope Scholarship or for admission to most secondary institutions. Accreditation is a reflection upon all of us as professionals and upon our larger school community. I would like to thank all of you for the hard work that has been invested over the last 2 years preparing for this visit. Without your hard work and dedication, we would not be prepared for our external review. I feel confident that our system is in excellent standing for our accreditation to be reaffirmed. Most of our schools will be visited on February the 24th, with the possibility of some visits on the 23rd or 25th. Most classrooms will be visited, and some of you will be interviewed. Please try not to let this process make you nervous. We are well prepared. You are outstanding educators, working in one of the best systems in the state. Keep in mind the information that Dr. Deckman has shared with you and the points that we're going to review over the next few minutes, and we will have a very successful visit. A review of a few key points may make all of us feel better prepared and more confident about the visit. First, AdvancED places a heavy emphasis on stakeholder involvement in the development and review of the system's mission, vision, and goals as part of a comprehensive strategic planning process. Many of you will remember that we began the review of our strategic plan with a community-wide meeting at Thomas County Central High School in March 2013. Over 300 parents, community members, civic leaders, and employees attended. Many of you attended. Following a presentation on the state of the school system, participants broke into small groups to provide input on the vision and goals for the system. Individuals who were unable to attend the meeting were given the opportunity to provide input by means of a survey that was made available both online and in hard copy format during the month of April 2013. More than 200 surveys were received. Over 500 citizens provided input on our mission, vision, and goals. All of this input was compiled into a summary report prepared by the Georgia School Boards Association. A planning team was formed consisting of administrators and teachers from every school, parents, community members, and high school students. This team met for 3 days in June 2013 to review the report and to update and revise the system's mission and vision statements. 5 goal areas were established. Number 1, student achievement. Number 2, learning environment. Number 3, operational support. Number 4, continuous support. And number 5, parent and community support. Following the work of the planning teams, action teams consisting of teachers and school administrators were formed to develop specific actions to move the system forward in each of the goal areas. The action teams met during the fall of 2013. The specific strategies developed by the action teams were combined with the work of the planning teams to develop a comprehensive strategic plan document. A draft of the strategic plan was presented to the school board in January 2014. The school board suggested some revisions. The revisions were made and the final report was submitted to the board and approved in March 2014. You will be provided a handout with the 5 strategic goal areas outlined and a few example activities that have been implemented under each goal area. The examples on the handout are not intended to be a complete list of all that we're doing or have done in each goal area. I'm sure that you can think of many things to add under each goal. This list is just to illustrate that we are already at work on the 5 goals and that our work in these areas is ongoing. The strategic plan now serves as a guiding document for our school system's improvement efforts. The goals in each of our schools' improvement plans are linked to the 5 goals and activities in the strategic plan document. There are a few points to remember here. Number 1, all staff as well as the community had several opportunities to participate in the development of the system strategic plan. Number 2, the vision and mission for the district and each school are promoted within our schools. Number 3, the strategic plan is used as a guiding document that is reflected in our school improvement plans. Please take time to become familiar with your school's mission and goals. These have been posted throughout our schools as a reminder of our commitment to the strategic plan goals. Another important part of the accreditation process is the self-study that each of you participated in at your respective schools. Some of you also participated in that process at the district level. I wish to thank all of you for your participation in this important work, especially those who served as group leaders who helped to facilitate the process of formulating the ratings given in each area. Your work has been incorporated into the district report that will be reviewed by the external review team. Your input has already been valuable in helping us identify areas where we need to improve. The process reveals several areas where teachers said that they simply did not know an answer. I want to share a little information that might be helpful in these areas. First, AdvancED uses the term governance team often. Some of you thought of the governance team as your school administrative team or your school's leadership team. AdvancED considers the governance team to be the elected Board of Education. There were questions relating to training received by the governance team. Many teachers said that they simply did not know how to rate this standard. This let me know that I need to improve communication from the district level so that all of you will be aware of the training completed by the Board of Education. Our board members complete a minimum of 9 hours of board training each year. At least 3 of those hours must be in the form of a training session that the entire board attends as a group. Training is delivered through workshops at RESA, through consultants from the Georgia School Board Association who come to the district to provide training, and through workshops that board members attend at Georgia School Board Association events. In order to be eligible to maintain their positions on the Board of Education, all members of the board must complete this annual training requirement. Part of the training requirement is an annual review of the board member code of ethics and the board member conflict of interest policy. Our board members take these training requirements seriously. One area that surfaced in the self-study is that some teachers feel that we need to offer more professional learning in our district. Some of the state-mandated initiatives, such as the rollout of the Common Core Georgia Performance Standards and the implementation of the Teacher Keys Effectiveness System, have been so heavy in recent years that we have intentionally focused a great deal of our professional learning around these topics. Rather than offering a large number of standalone workshops, much of our professional learning has been job-embedded, combined with your work in learning about implementing TEKS and the Common Core, developing student learning objective assessments, and similar required activities. Following the installation of smart boards, every teacher was offered training on how to use them, and we offer monthly optional technology professional learning courses. Research tells us that job-embedded professional learning is the most effective. The training that you receive during your planning periods or after school with grade level or departmental peers is professional learning, even though you may not think of it in the same way that you may think of standalone workshops. Training in the use of data is one of the best examples of our job-embedded professional learning. At virtually every grade level and subject area, we administer routine benchmark exams, daily and weekly progress report checks, and a host of other monitoring tools to make sure that we are meeting students' instructional needs and adjusting instruction to improve student performance. Flexible grouping is in place in many grades. Universal screeners used in the early grades as part of the response to intervention process should also be considered use of data to guide instruction. Use of data to guide instruction can be a highly formalized process, but it does not have to be. It can also be part of the day-to-day work of good teaching that you do when you continuously monitor student progress and adjust your instruction accordingly. In many instances, providing release time to analyze student work to adjust instruction is much more relevant to your work than attending a conference or having a speaker. Most of you have also been trained on the SLDS, the state's longitudinal data system. Our system has received high marks from the state on the use of this system. This is yet another example of the use of student data to drive instruction. We will certainly redouble our efforts to provide effective professional learning for you, but please keep in mind that much professional learning is job embedded. We have consciously minimized standalone workshops during this period of rapid change in our profession to allow you as much time as possible to concentrate on state-mandated programs. Providing counseling services and emotional support for our students was also identified as a growth area during the strategic planning process. The board has adopted a goal to increase the number of counseling positions in the system as funding permits. We added one new counseling position this year, and we hope to add an additional position in the near future. To make the very best use of the counseling services that we have available, Assistant Superintendent Lisa Williams has been working with our counselors on developing a comprehensive K-12 counseling program to ensure that our students are receiving academic, career, and personal social guidance along with emotional support. On last year's CCRPI report, our system was recognized for having 100% of our students in compliance with college and career planning requirements. To support students who have highly specialized emotional needs, the system also contracts with Dr. Woody Thompson to provide individual clinical and group counseling services to students on a referral basis. Dr. Thompson has completed group counseling sessions at the middle school and the Renaissance Center and has taught classes at the middle school on responsible use of social media. Meeting the physical needs of students was also identified as an area of concern. We have established a system-wide wellness committee to address increasing student physical activity to combat obesity and to address other aspects of student wellness. Free breakfast is offered system-wide to all students, and every school except Thomas County Central also offers free lunch. All of our students have access to a school nurse, all in an effort to meet students' physical needs. Some have expressed concerns about the number of times that our students transition between our two grade elementary schools. We have addressed this concern by creating a common Thomas County Elementary Schools vision for our elementary schools and by planning many transition opportunities for students to become familiar with their next school well before it is time for them to be promoted. All of these activities help our system function as one large school family. Many employees express concerns on surveys about the cleanliness of our buildings. In an effort to improve our custodial services, we hired a new custodial company and charged them with making our schools the cleanest public buildings in the community. While we still have some improvements to make, we have made great progress in this area, and I hope that you are seeing results in your classrooms and buildings. If you still have concerns about custodial issues, please report them to your principal. A final point relates to technology. We acknowledge this as a growth area, but we have made great strides in that area. More than $1 million of SPLOST funds has been spent installing smart boards and new computer labs and replacing outdated computers. More SPLOST funds will be invested in technology as these funds become available. Our district has also been aggressively seeking grants to help assist the system with improving technology. Our system recently received a grant to allow us to completely replace the technology infrastructure at Garrison Pilcher and Cross Creek Elementary Schools. This will allow us to provide faster, more reliable connections at those schools. The system also received a significant grant for technology at Bishop Hall. These grants are just examples of the efforts that we are exerting to supplement the funds that are available locally to improve our technology. While it seems impossible to keep up with the rapid advances in technology, we are using our resources as effectively as possible and aggressively pursuing additional funding to make improvements in technology. From visiting with colleagues in districts who have had recent visits from external review teams, we know that a topic of focus has been opportunities that students have to form a relationship with a caring adult. If you should be quizzed about such a program, please keep in mind that while we may not have a formal system-wide program in place to accomplish this, we do have an organizational structure and numerous parent and community partnerships that provide students with relationships with caring adults. We have the Watchdogs program at Hand in Hand in Garrison Pilcher and Reading Buddies with civic groups in several places in our schools. At the middle school, our students are served on common academic teams so that teachers have the opportunity to form relationships with their students. And at the high school, we have TAA, the Teachers as Advisors program, to give students and an adult to work with on a regular basis. We are certainly open to ideas for improvement in this area, but we do have many opportunities for students to form relationships with caring adults. Thank you for allowing me the time to illustrate the importance of the input you have provided and the responses that are being made to address your concerns. Keeping in mind that the strategic plan is a 3 to 5 year document, many of the goals will take time to accomplish and will not be accomplished all at once. As we continue to work together as a system, I will continue to provide you with updates on the progress we are making toward meeting the goals outlined in the Strategic Improvement Plan. I am honored and humbled to be associated with such a fine group of educators. Thank you for the great job that you do for our students every day, teaching children and ensuring their success.